what amazes me about the Pooh Shiesty situation, right? Oh, matter of fact, let's I think we got a couple of super chats. Let's go to the super chats real quick.
It's that time again. We going up.
It's time to read the super chats.
See, shout out to Uncle Scrooge. He said, just paying my dues, keep preaching, fam. Appreciate you.
That's that Reno energy.
Appreciate you. Shout out to Crocodile Tears. He said, support from the night shift crew. See, shout out to Wanda with the membership. Appreciate you. Shout out to Crocodile Tears. Said, when your upkeep more than your income, your upkeep becomes your downfall. To gold diggers. Yep. Thumbs down to gold diggers. Yep. Appreciate it. Let's see. Shout out to everybody contributing to the show. So I find this Pooh Shiesty situation to be extremely interesting. And the reason why is because now that the video has come out, because at first it was just the surveillance video. Unbeknownst to most people, Pooh Shiesty and them actually recorded the interaction themselves, which really doesn't make any sense. You got to be kind of slow to record your own criminal actions, right? But Pooh Shiesty and his crew actually recorded the situation. And my thought process is, I think they recorded it because they thought that that would be proof that Gucci let him out of his contract. And, you know, it didn't go the way they thought it was going to go, right? Not realizing even, and this is the thing, man. This is what's crazy about this. Like, how slow are some people? Like, it amazes me that folks are this slow. You cannot force anybody to either sign a contract or let you out of a contract. That is called duress, right? If you force somebody to sign something, that is signing under duress. That contract is null and void. If you try to force somebody out of a contract, you can't do that. Okay, anybody with common sense knows that, right? But this whole situation with Pooh Shiesty recording it, what's funny to me is now that everybody is seeing the recording and listening to what was said, now everybody wants to change their tune. Before it was, oh my God, Gucci is a snitch. Oh my God, I can't believe Gucci telling. All of that BS, right? And now that the video is out, everybody's like, wow, I see why Pooh Shiesty's in prison. He brought this on himself. Wow, he really wanted to go back to prison. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, y'all needed a video to figure that out? Y'all needed a video. You needed extra footage to figure out that Pooh Shiesty wanted to go back to prison. You needed a video to figure that out. I mean, forget about the fact that he went to commit a criminal act with an ankle monitor on, which means every movement was being tracked, especially when that ankle monitor left the vicinity of where he was supposed to be. Let's forget about the fact that traffic cams captured the license plate of every one of the rental cars that they used to travel to Dallas. Let's forget about the fact that they know what hotels they stayed at. Let's forget about the fact that they were caught on surveillance footage. Let's forget about the fact that they know where they got the rental cars from. Let's forget about the fact that their cell phones was pinging every tower from their point of origin to their destination. Let's forget about the fact that in addition to the security footage, they themselves recorded the criminal act. Why would you need more footage to understand that Pooh Shiesty is a ignorant nigma who don't know how to do anything else except screw up? How do you not know this? You saw his dad on social media. You saw his mama on social media. That dude did not have a shot in hell. When you got your mama bragging about the fact that you a gangster, and she's proud of the fact that you stood on business and went to prison, and your dad is one of your co-conspirators, he didn't have a shot. Pooh Shiesty was destined for prison from the moment he was born into that family. And that's the truth. That is the God's honest truth, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. Now, here's what's amazing to me. I showed you guys the other day a $4 million house. My dream house, right? In fact, let me show you again. Let me show you again so you can understand where I'm coming from. So I showed y'all this house. I showed y'all this house, right? Showed y'all this house. $4 million house, right? My dream house. I would love nothing more than to be able to buy that house for me and my family. But I got to grind. I got to go hard in the paint. What annoys me about the Pooh Shiesty situation, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is the fact that somebody like Pooh Shiesty, as popular as he is, this dude can go on tour and he could get a house like that like it's nothing. Just one tour. One tour, he'll be able to get that house with no problem. Now, some of y'all might say, well, Angryman, are you hating on him? No, I'm not hating on him. I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to figure out, because I've been a young man with no opportunities, no way of pulling myself out of poverty, no degrees, no connections, no networking, none of that. And I was willing to take risks to get even a little bit of money. Risk that may have landed me behind bars. And what I can't figure out is how a rapper who basically has a money printing machine, when you're a rapper who they named the ski mask after, Pooh Shiesty, when you're a rapper in this day and age that you could pretty much put out any type of god-awful music and these young folks are going to consume it. You literally have a license to print money. What I'm trying to figure out is you got all of these young black boys that are out here willing to take penitentiary chances just to get their hands on a little bit of money. And here you are, a famous rapper that can get your hands on a lot of money, and you're racing to get back to the penitentiary. It don't make no sense. So as many of y'all that want to jump on the internet and say, Pooh Shiesty a real one. No, he not. He a dummy. He a dummy. There's black kids in the hood right now. There's black kids in the projects. There's black kids in the most rundown parts of Memphis right now that would give anything to be in Pooh Shiesty's position before he got in trouble and went to prison. He literally had a golden opportunity. He literally was in a position that many people wish they could be in, and now he's sitting in a prison cell with the rest of the dudes who, like, bro, if I was in that prison with him, I'd be looking at him like he's the dumbest dude on planet Earth. Like, you literally... It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. If I got access to a platform that makes me millions of dollars, I'm not risking that crap to go to prison. Are you serious? And keep in mind, this dude is going to spend the rest of his life in prison. He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And this is what's so crazy. He did all of that to try to get out of a contract that he didn't really get out of. So now you're about to be in prison, and Gucci Man about to get paid off of your publishing into perpetuity. So you did all of it for nothing. It'd be one thing if you did that and you actually got out of the contract, and maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe your family could get paid off of your music and all of that, but you literally did it for nothing. You literally did it for nothing. You came up with an ill-conceived plan. Your father and whoever else was around you didn't have your best interest in mind enough to tell you, hey, bro, I don't think we should do this. Because that's what they should have said. Look, bro, you got too much money in front of you. And when I say in front of you, I'm talking about his earning potential. You got too much money in front of you to be taking penitentiary chances. You got too much money in front of you. But see, here's the problem. Y'all are so stuck on keeping it real and proving to the whole world that you're a gangster that you forget about the fact that you're also a business. And again, it goes back to what I said. I cannot figure out for the life of me why a rapper who can make millions of dollars would do something stupid to go to prison and hang out with black men that didn't have the opportunity to make millions of dollars and was fighting like hell to get a little bit of money, which is what got them in prison. The thing that these hood dudes were out here doing was to get in position to have what you already had, Pooh Shiesty. That's why it don't make sense to me. Most of them dudes that's in prison are in there for selling drugs, robbing people, all of these things because they were trying to get to where you were already at. Bruh, you got dudes in the music industry right now. They fam. They could buy a house like this like it's nothing. And they out here like it really bothers me that you have individuals that take for granted what they have. They take it for granted. They take it for granted that they have this ability to make money that most people will never see in their entire lifetime. And you throw it all away to go to prison. You're in position to live an extraordinary life. And you threw it away to live the life of a common criminal behind bars. A common criminal would give anything in this world to live the life that would have been afforded to a Pooh Shiesty. But Pooh Shiesty would rather prove to the world that he's a common criminal and sit in jail with the common criminals. Does that make any sense to y'all? Does that make any sense to y'all whatsoever? Let me tell you something. If I ever get anywhere near that kind of money, if I got my hands on $5-10 million, you wouldn't be able to do nothing illegal around me. You wouldn't be able to do nothing illegal around me, bro. I would run you away from me. I'd run you away from me. Get away from me. But let's check out this video real quick. I'm going to show you how foolish it gets.
This shit, shit. You drop this done deal.
Bro, let them know
It's a
you
done
going
deal.
on, bro.
It's a done deal.
Let them know you dropping me,
I
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
Who should I say drop from 1017?
Shout out to real nigga. Ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did it. That's done.
What you do?
You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop.
You signed the paper and
I signed the paper.
everything.
It's done. This shit up.
Now, here's the funny thing. Gucci's smarter than them. Gucci is smarter than them. See, they already robbed him. Because if you notice, he don't got no jewelry on. You can't see, like, he don't got his watches on. He don't got none of that. So they already robbed him. And see, Pooh Shiesty think he's slick. So he already robbed him, already forced him to sign the paperwork. And so now he's going to record him saying that he's dropped, right? So this is coercion. This is a whole bunch of, this is even kidnapping. This is a whole bunch of stuff. So basically in Pooh Shiesty's mind, he's thinking, I done already took all this stuff. I done already got him to sign the paperwork. Now I'm going to record him saying that I'm no longer on his label. Only problem was while they were recording, Gucci walks over towards one of the dudes and the dumbass dude pulls the gun out.
Oh, shit. You drop this done deal.
Bro, let them know
It's a
you
done
going
deal.
on, bro.
That go
It's a done deal.
And there go the gun. So you can't say that you weren't keeping him in there by force, because as he walked towards the door, you pull the gun out. Like you're cooked. You and your homies are cooked. You're done. You're done. So for everybody that's running around here saying Gucci was telling, Gucci ain't told nothing. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. The feds had all of this. He had to tell nobody nothing. Well, Angryman, how did they find out that he has an ankle monitor on? He probably wasn't even supposed to leave the area that he was in. He got an ankle monitor, which, guess what? When you have an ankle monitor, they monitor you. They watch you. And then on top of that, they saying, and I don't know how true it is, but they saying one of Pooh Shiesty's homies was feeding them information. I don't know how true it is. So while y'all trying to put the rat jacket on Gucci, it's quite possible that it was one of Pooh Shiesty's homies that was giving up information. But this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is nasty work.
They wouldn't have given him a bond. Correct me if I'm wrong, Big 30. Come out, expose me as a liar. I know how the feds work. They came to see you multiple times, not just one. This is the most high-profile case going on right now in the United States besides Lil Durk. This is the most high-profile case besides Lil Durk. Lil Durk's they're going to do it to Lil Durk too, because people in his tank are going to jump on his case. They're going to jump on his case. Eventually, people that don't even know nothing about it, they're going to say Lil Durk admitted it to him. Same thing with Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty just did a new video. I mean, you're going to the federal penitentiary with them gold teeth, and I hope they're permanent because they're going to pop them off. Correct me if I'm wrong. Big 30, you are involved in an armed robbery, a 924C. Right there, that's 45 years that can be given to you if you go to trial. If Big 30 goes to trial, he can get max 20 for the kidnapping, 25 years for the 924C. That's 45 just to start, and whatever else charges they want to talk about. Now, talk about Pooh Shiesty in the halfway house. The reason why the trial has been delayed all the way to next February is because they got their man already. All right, go sit on it. We don't care. We got you. Case closed. Boom, put him up. He's ready to go. They'll take him to trial tomorrow if they want to and convict him. Right? They put it off to next year. But the reason why is because he's still under his original sentence. They can take all of his good time and stretch him out and make him do his time day for day plus a violation. But he's not on federal probation, so it's not a violation. They're taking all of his game time and putting it on the back end. They're writing him shots. They're bringing it to him. I don't know if he's in the shoe or not. He's in a yellow suit. It looks like he's in Hunts County. Worst one ever in the Dallas area. Big 30 just signed a new deal. This is all part of the plan. Hey, man, go out. Sign you a new deal. Go ahead. Hey, we need you to cooperate. And if he cooperates, y'all not going to say a motherfucking thing. Y'all going to ride that dick. Y'all not going to do nothing because y'all a bunch of fake street niggas too that's on the internet watching me talk on the internet. Y'all be so tough until the hammer come down. Boom. Every one of y'all is unalivers and gangsters until y'all in that courtroom. Y'all, yes, man. No, sir. See, this is why with Charleston White, because Charleston White, y'all keep trying to.
Does he watch my show? Because how many times have I said it? How many times have I said it? They the toughest dudes on earth until that gavel drop. When that gavel drop, it's a whole other story.
Yes, Pooh Shiesty is tough. He's gangster. The one of the realest rappers out ever in life that walked the earth. Only nigga really him is Tupac. And now he's finna spend the rest of his life in prison. Just so we can say that. Just so we can say, old Pooh Shiesty is the most gangster nigga walking. Now he gonna be the most gangster nigga walking in prison. Y'all, we gotta get up off the dumb shit. This shit is stupid. How do you, one of the most famous, promising rappers ever, threw his life away for nothing? For money. Not only that, but nigga, you recorded it? You recorded the robbery? Hey, bro, you gangster than a motherfucker. Super duper gangster. But you're not that smart, I see. You the most gangster rapper. But you're not that smart. And I know people are going, man, I'm not mad at Gucci, man. I'm just not mad. I'm just not mad at him, bro. I'm just not upset, bro. I'm just,
Let me tell you something. I told y'all what my position was on the Gucci Man thing. When everybody was like, oh, Gucci Man told on Pooh Shiesty. I'm like, good. 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 Let me tell you something. If I done went through all of the crap that I had to go through in the streets and I finally got to the point to where I'm the CEO of a company and you're my employee, and you call me up and say, hey, I need to meet you at the studio because we got some business to take care of, and I think it's actual business, and I show up to the studio and you rob me and you don't take my life, I'm telling the police, you going to prison. You going to jail. You're going to jail. You set me up. There's no way I'm letting you get away with that. I'm putting them people in your life. Putting them folks in your life. And you can call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care, because at the end of the day, the only people that care about any of that is in the hood. And I don't live in the hood no more. Let's keep it real. Gucci is rich. Gucci don't never gotta go to the hood ever again in life if he don't want to. And even if he do, them niggas in the hood ain't gonna say nothing about him telling the police. And man, the moment Gucci show up in that brand new whip with all them jewels on, them crabs in the bucket gonna be like, oh my God, it's Gucci. What's going on, Gucci? What's good, Gucci? Do you really think them niggas is gonna be like, oh, here come Gucci with his police ass? Like, no. You know how I know you're not gonna do that? Because you didn't do that to T.I., you didn't do that to Thug, you didn't do that to Gunna. Y'all don't do that to nobody in the A. Y'all don't do that to nobody in Atlanta. Like, what we talking about? The legend of the streets is a myth. And like I said, now that this video done finally came out, and it's worse than everybody thought, Pooh Shiesty, he didn't just rob Gucci Man, he filmed it. Got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. He documented his own crime and basically handed it to the feds. He gave them a win. That's like that scene in The Wire when Stringer is meeting with the co-op or whatever, and Buddy's sitting over there writing notes, and he walked over there. He's like, bro, what are you doing? Are you taking notes for a criminal conspiracy? The little buddy said, we got to take minutes for the notes. Man, give me that. What's wrong with you? These dudes went and documented their own criminal conspiracy. Got to be more careful. That ain't gangster. That's stupid. Those are two different things. And today we separating them. There's a huge difference between being gangster and just being plumb stupid. See, I got a question that I guarantee you nobody in the street wants to answer. How dumb do you got to be to record yourself committing a robbery? You literally filming it, and you got your man, you got your homie in the frame holding the gun. You can see the weapon on camera, on your own camera. When you doing stuff like that, you don't need the feds to build a case. You built it for them. You might as well prosecute yourself. And see, here's the crazy thing. Here's the craziest thing that most of y'all don't even realize, right? This is the part that trips me out. Big 30 was the one recording it. Pooh Shiesty told Big 30 to record it. So guess what? If it comes out that Big 30 is the leak, then you know why he put the camera on the gunman. Like, bro, you can't make this up. I mean, just think about that. Pooh Shiesty looked at his homie Big 30 and he said, hey, man, I'm going to need you to document this. I'm going to need you to film this. That's not you being set up by an enemy. That's a self-inflicted wound with a witness you provided. Now, here's the part that everybody keeps skipping, right? Gucci Mane said it's done, right? Gucci basically tells him, okay, you released, you dropped off at 1017. You want to be dropped, now you dropped. Right? Only problem is they over there with the Draco. Everybody got a Draco. And the crazy thing is they thought that counted. They thought that would hold up. A man will say anything with a Draco pointed at him. That's not an agreement. That's a hostage tape. That's a hostage tape. That's a man saying what you telling him to say under duress. That ain't going to hold up in court nowhere. If you thought for 1 second that video was going to hold up in court to get you released from your contract, you crazy. The only thing that video is going to hold up in court is your conviction. And look, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to educate some of y'all. Because clearly, them dudes in the room just they just didn't know. You don't get out of record deals that way. You have to have a signed document. Probably got to have a notary there, lawyers in the room, a paper trail that a court can actually recognize. Not a TikTok, not a clip, not bruh, say it's done. Look at the camera and tell them that I'm no longer on your record label. A contract is a legal instrument. And you can't cancel it with a stick up. You think you're the first person to try to make somebody sign or release you from something at gunpoint? You ain't the first person to do that, genius. See, this is the ignorance that I be talking about right here. Pooh Shiesty actually thought Larceny could do the job of a lawyer. He thought he could rob his way out of a business deal. He treated a contract dispute like he was robbing a corner store. How stupid is that? But whenever I say something about the Memphis school system, everybody get mad at me. Everybody get mad at me, but you got your boy thinking that he can settle contract disputes like it's a robbery. And the only thing it got him was a brand new case on top of the one he already had. And how does it all end? Is he released from the label? Does he have ownership of his masters? Does he have ownership of his intellectual property? No. This was grown man business, real money moves, and his strategy was to show up there in a Pooh Shiesty mask and a gun, and that's how he's supposed to handle his business. Y'all be running around here talking about being bosses, but you acting like stick-up kids. You can't be both. You can't be both, and then you get mad when non-black people call you a bunch of criminals and thugs. Look at how you act. And I know, watch, everybody gonna get mad. Now watch, the culture is gonna do what it always does. A week ago, it was free Pooh Shiesty. It was Gucci is a snitch. Today, the video drops, and then all of a sudden, yeah, he earned that. Yeah, he did that to himself. Same people, same mouths running off on the internet. They always riding until the receipts show up. Then they disappear. I don't know why you had to see a video to know that what he was doing was stupid. I have absolutely no idea. But this is the main reason why I talk about the culture the way I talk about the culture, because y'all act like y'all just don't get it. So let me be the one to break down for you yet again my standard. Because as I always say, and I'm always going to say every single episode, the standard is the standard. For those of you that's like, oh, this one's a real one and this one is gangster. Guess what? You can be gangster, you can be real, you can be tough and stupid at the same time. Being from the streets is not the same as being smart. There are some street smart people out there. However, being fearless is not the same as thinking one step ahead. Pooh Shiesty is living proof of that. Hard, but not smart. and hard without smart, pause, ends you up in a cell. That's where that gets you. Being thugged out and not smart, keeping it real instead of keeping it intelligent, it only ends in a jail cell and then ultimately a prison cell. So I'll leave you guys with this. This man had a second chance, a mentor, a label, and a career that most people in the hood would kill for. And he threw it all away trying to rob the one man that gave it to him. And he did it on camera. So answer me this question. At what point do we stop calling this gangster and start calling it what it actually is, which is dumb? But anyway, with that being said, man, shout out to everybody that came through, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the show yet again on the late night. I'm about to get up out of here because it's super late and I got things to do. But with that being said, salute to the whole Beano Nation. I appreciate you guys for coming through, those of you that contributed. Shout out to my man, Carell, for being a sponsor of the show. I really appreciate you, bro. We will try to get back at you guys tomorrow a little earlier, hopefully. But either way, even if we don't, we still gonna rock out. We still gonna do the damn thing. Y'all already know what it is. Deuces.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.
I gave you the blueprint, now go build a estate. Stop arguing with broke, man, stop debating with fate. We don't negotiate value, we dictate the price. You watch the show for free, I just gave you a slice. But the real ones know where the equity lives. We taking everything, we got nothing to give. The manual is waiting, you know where it's at. This ain't a gamble, it's a guaranteed bet.
Build, protect, lead. Go and plant the seed. Build, protect, lead. That's the code we need. Go to the side, yeah, secure the command. The Angryman channel, the standard of the land.
The Angryman
Get the shirt, get the blue.
Start watching, start working. We up.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.